Hi there friends, it's Cassie. Welcome back for another Miss Ink Stamps video. Today is a little bit special. It's a sneak peek, so these products will not be available until about March 28th. But let me show you what we're going to be using today, this brand new set called Stab, You're It. And for all of my horror loving friends, you will know exactly what this stands for and how fun this can be. Definitely not just a Halloween stamp set. Very much birthday and all kinds of other things. And this release is going to be a small one, but a fantastic one. So those products will be listed down below, but not linked until later. Then we have this stencil set, which is great. And it's got a couple different stencils. This stencil has a couple of masks in it, the heart and then the other like drippy piece. And then you've got your spatter stencil that I showed you first. But these are great, obviously, for more true crime kind of stuff. But I also think that they could be used for lots of different projects. Maybe not every bit on there, like every part of the stencil, but pretty close. And then I thought about using this stamp, die. It's not new. It's called the Punny Farm Frame. But I do have plans for it later on down the road because you can make your own sentiments, and I thought it would be really fabulous with this stamp set. So we're going to tack down a piece of white cardstock, and I'm using the spatter part of that stencil and just moving it around, going for a specific look. I want it to look like the spatter is going kind of from the bottom right to the upper left. So I'm masking off the parts that are showing because knowing me, I will get ink on those. And I'm going to bring in some Bee Sting Simon Hurley Create ink. This stellar ink is great. And I've got my blending brush. I'm just going to blend some of that ink on there. But as I was inking this up, I thought this stencil in particular would be really good for, like, maybe you want to do a rainbow look or an ombre look using different colors. It could just be paint spatter as well, not just, in this case, what looks like blood. And now that part is done, so we're going to bring in one of the images from our stamp set, and I'm going to ink that up using some Black Widow ink. That's that stellar ink from Simon Hurley Create. This stuff is perfect for alcohol marker coloring. All the colors are. They're also good for watercolor, watercoloring with them, not stamping it down and watercoloring over the top of it. But so I wanted to use my Olos. I'm sticking to just the warm grays, so I pulled out all of them that I have. I've got that W1, W3, W5, W7, and W9. And I kind of hem-hawed around a little bit about how dark I wanted his robe to be. But so I started out fairly light. I started with that WG5, and I guess that would be my thought to you. You can always go darker, almost impossible to go lighter. You can take some color away, but really you're not really taking it away, you're just moving the color. So I started lighter, and I ended up really liking how light it was, so I just bring in some of those darker WGs to add the shading to those spots. So his pants are going to be darker than his robe. The bottoms of his boots, his gloves, all those things are going to be a little bit darker than his robe. And then I'll bring in those WG7s and 9s to add some shadowing and shading in where I think that those would look good. Also, I'm making like the tie around his robe to be a little bit darker also. And then we'll blend those colors out using the WG5. And yeah, for his eyes and his mouth and his nose, we'll eventually make those nice and dark. But I didn't want his robes to be, I didn't want him to get lost. You can't really, if you're trying to go with black, just using a black marker is obviously going to cover up all of your stamped out lines. So this is why grays are perfect for coloring in black kind of images. And then you just make it darker as you want to go. But definitely keep the lines, or the color next to the lines, a little bit lighter than anything really dark. Otherwise they'll disappear into your image. So I'm just about done coloring up his robes and blending out that color. And I stuck with the WG7 to be mostly the color that I used that's darker. But when I go in for his eyes, I do the WG9. So those are going to be even darker than the rest of him. But he's fun. It was kind of, I don't want to say a challenge, but sometimes it can be a challenge to just use one specific color. So I thought that was kind of fun. And then we did, of course, bring in some red for his knife handle and the knife, the tip of the knife. All right, so look at him. He looks fun and scary. And so I'm going to go ahead and fussy cut him out. And then my tip for fussy cutting, if you haven't done it, or if you maybe don't even like doing it, is to mostly just move your image. If you haven't had a lot of success with fussy cutting, try to keep your scissors mostly where they are and move your image more than your scissors. I do have a card base down there that is 5.5 inches by 8.5 inches and scored at 4.25. We're going to stamp out a sentiment on the inside that says, "Have a killer birthday." And then I do have a sentiment for the outside as well. But I want to bring in these little hearts. There are 3 different sizes of solid hearts. There's also 3 different sizes of outlined hearts, so you could color them in too if you wanted. But I'm going to bring that bee sting back in, and we'll stamp those little hearts around the sentiment. And then our card base is basically done. But for our final sentiment, I'm going to bring in my very favorite black cardstock for embossing, and it's that Pear Blossom Press sentiment stock. This stuff's great because it's super smooth. If you ever have problems trying to emboss your sentiments onto black cardstock, it's probably because your cardstock has a little bit more texture to it. And so this stuff is so smooth. The powder doesn't stick to the areas it really shouldn't, especially if you use a anti-static powder tool. So I'll heat set that. I did use a fine detail white embossing powder. And surprise, surprise, I stamped my sentiment out pretty straight, so I can actually use the lines on my guillotine trimmer to trim this down. I'm going to glue our little guy to the side, and the reason for that is because I want to add foam tape to all the rest of it, to the sentiment and to him. And so I'm just going to bring in these black foam squares. You wouldn't have to use black. I don't know, I just grabbed the black, but it's nice that they come in black and they also come in white. And this is a multi-pack, so there are bigger ones and smaller ones. So I'll just peel off that release paper. See, you can't see those foam squares. And then I'll use my glass mat to line this up as straight as I can. And we'll just stick him down. And then we can use some of that liquid glue to adhere down our panel to our base. And I always use liquid glue when I can, simply because I don't always get things on straight. All right, so there is our card. I love it. Like I said, this will be available later on in the month, so save this video so you can head on back. If you like this video, be sure to hit that like button. Definitely consider subscribing if you haven't already done so, and huge thanks for those of you that stuck around and watched the video. Those of you that use my affiliate links, all those things do help me to keep producing videos, and I appreciate you. So thanks so much for stopping by, and I'll see you soon.